The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Well, hello everyone, this is E.G. Sebastian. Please say hi to me or something so I can see that you can hear me. GoToWebinar was messing with me, was asking me to re-enter my password like 7 times, and then when I got in here, it didn't let me start the meeting. I don't know what's going on today. We had a big storm here. Maybe the storm is messing with, I don't think so. That's silly. All right, we'll get started in a second once I can see that you guys can hear me. Let's see here. All right, somebody just say hi or just type in something. Let's see, I think it also shows me here. Traction Academy's weekly support call. We are having these calls weekly for our Client Traction Academy members, and occasionally they invite members of our coaches support group from LinkedIn. And this is a very informal call, even though today I will teach you something, but usually I just take questions. And today I will share with you some cool info, and then after that I'll take questions related to what I will share or unrelated. It doesn't matter. So I hope you have lots of questions regarding your coaching practice, marketing, niche, whatever it might be. And I might not have answers for some of your questions, but chances are that I do have answers. I've been doing this for 11 years. Prior to that, I was an entrepreneur for many years. I started when I was 23, and now I'm 47. So that's about 25 years, right? Yeah, I'm turning actually 48 in 2 months. So, all right, enough fluff. I'll get started. And you have seen many times this pyramid, and this is your business in a nutshell. These are your 6 levels, your 6 puzzle pieces that your business needs to have in place in order to function properly. And what I will do, and I have it somewhere, I will put this in a wheel format because I like that analogy, that in order for the vehicle of your business to have a smooth ride, it needs to, the wheel needs to be leveled, right? It needs to be circle. So if 1 or 2 or more of these elements are missing, that sets you up for a bumpy ride. So it's important to have all these in place. And when you pinpoint what's missing, then you can focus your attention in putting that puzzle piece in place. Now, sometimes we misdiagnose the trouble with our business. For example, some people say, I don't have leads. Now, most coaches, they don't say that because they don't think in terms of leads. They say, I don't have enough free sessions, right? To get people into your free sessions, you need to connect with your ideal clients. So you need to get in touch with your prospects, so to speak. And to do that, you need to generate leads, meaning you need to somehow get in touch with these people. They need to see you somewhere, somehow, and then they need to come into your world, and then you invite them for a free session, or you share with them a free e-course, or somehow you engage them with you, and then later down the road you convert them into clients. Now, occasionally you will meet people who are ready to hire you. So as soon as you meet this client, and this happens to me usually in January, it's amazing. In January I have to say no to lots of clients because in January people just find me on the internet and they just want to hire me, people who I have never met. And some of them, they pay more than $1,000 a month to get coached by me. And so it does happen. It happens during the year also, but not as much as in January. But yeah, so you will meet people who will say, I need to lose 30 pounds by next February, and I need you to coach me. How much would it cost? And then they hire you, unless you say the wrong thing. You say, well, let me first give you a free session. Or let's first. No, when the prospect says, when the person says, I want to hire you, you zip it up and you say, all right, would it be a MasterCard or a Visa? And then you take the card number, and then you set up your first session for the intake session, however you proceed from there. But lots of coaches misdiagnose, and not just coaches, any business person. They say, I don't have enough leads. I don't meet enough people to convert into clients. But guess what? Maybe level 3 is missing. You are not visible enough. Or the credibility and trust elements are missing. If somebody types in your name into Google, what will they find? Now, some of you have names like John Smith and Jennifer Johnson, and people don't find anything when they type that in. But it becomes even more important to put a bunch of stuff out there, such as articles, blog posts, videos, infographics, ebooks, all kind of stuff. And if your name is one of those, popular names out there, then I suggest using your middle name at all times. Or if your name is Jennifer Johnson, then I would say Jennifer, the weight loss coach Johnson, or Jennifer Power Johnson. I don't know. Put there something, and so when you promote yourself to people, they see it on your promotional material that it is Jennifer Power Johnson or Jennifer the weight loss coach Johnson. Then they type that keyword in the Google search, and then you come up with all of your stuff because you branded yourself as such. So that's just a little tweak that you can do there. But again, you need to have those pieces in place. So the credibility and trust would be, yes, article, blog posts, ebooks, products. Make sure that if you have certifications, it's up on your about page, but do not lead with them. You start with the benefits to the client. So if somebody gets to your About You page, then you say, I help my clients lose weight, live healthier lives, and so on and so forth, ideally in a bullet point format. And then you list your certifications and make sure that it's a big headline, certifications, certified weight loss counselor, and I don't know if there's such a title, I'm making it up, certified life coach, member of this association, that association. Now, if you are certified in Feng Shui and hypnosis, you can put hypnosis there. But if you're certified in Feng Shui and Ikebana and, I don't know, gardening, don't put those there. Just put there whatever pertains to your coaching practice. Now, with all that said, there is one way that will get you clients the fastest, and that's what I want to talk to you about, the fastest, easiest way to get you clients. And by the way, if you have questions at any time, you can raise your hand. You will see on that bar on the right side on your screen, there's a hand and an arrow. You just click on that and I can see you have a question. You can also type up your questions in the question box. Because if you raise your hand, then I will unmute you, so I will ask you to ask your question live. And then if you type it up, I just answer it after I read it. In Tracy, I saw your hand going up and then down, so I'm assuming you will type your question up, or maybe you just were trying the hand. That's cool. It works. I saw your hand. Maybe you just wanted to give me a high five. Well, high five back. All right. So it's key to have all of these pieces in place. And of course, it starts with clarity on who you serve and what you serve. And once you know that, it becomes easy. And let's go into today's cool stuff on how to get clients the quickest and the easiest. You ready for that? Yes, yes. Okay, absolutely. All right, cool. Okay. So, of course, you can always try to generate leads with AdWords, Facebook advertisement, all kind of ads. But that costs lots of money. That costs lots of money, and it's not very targeted. So there are easier ways than that, and much cheaper or free. How important is it to have a website? Well, Tracy, in this age, people do not ask you what's your web address. I mean, sorry. They don't ask you if you have a website. You know, back when I started coaching in 2003, people would ask me, do you have a website? I have not heard that question in a long time. When I go to a networking event, people say, what's your web address? Or do you have a business card? Do you have a card with your web address on it? Or just write down your web address here for me. So yes, it is important. Can you become a successful coach without a website? Yes, you can. Because you can use your Google Plus page. You can use your Facebook fan page, your LinkedIn page. You can use you can just pick one of those. You don't have to use all of those. I do suggest to have them, but it's not necessary. You can just have one of them. If you need help setting up a website without breaking the bank, I can help you with that. I can either show you how to set it up yourself. Actually, if you go to myclientattractionacademy.com and you sign up for the $1 trial, if you're not a member yet. If you're a member, just let me know and I'll show you where the tutorials are. We have step-by-step tutorial that shows you how to build a website, and you can build a website in WordPress in literally 10 minutes. Now that's just a blank website. From there you need to add the text in there and all that. But the website itself, it takes 10 minutes. It's really easy. So, but yeah, just stay in touch with me and I'll show you how to set up a website, without having to spend hundreds of dollars, or as some do, thousands of dollars. Yes. So, the number one way to attract coaching clients, what is your guess? What is it? Yes, free sessions. I agree. It's free sessions. That's a good way. But how do you get those free sessions? How do you meet people who need your services? It is networking. Networking is the easiest and quickest way to generate new leads and get new clients at the lowest cost. And I'm sure that you heard it many times that people do business with people they know, like, and trust. You all think that you can coach people from all over the nation, right? And of course, all over the world. And it can happen. I coach people from all over the world. But is it likely for anyone as a new coach? It's possible, but not likely as a new coach. Because you don't have those credibility boosters in place yet. You don't have that visibility in place yet. So it's not very likely. But again, as a member of My Client Attraction Academy, we have tutorials that show you how to put in place all of those credibility boosters, how to get visibility in front of your ideal client. And just by showing up to these calls weekly, I can help you put in place some of those. But our time here is limited. So make sure that you check out the academy if you are serious about building a successful coaching practice. And it's not that much for me about me making money off you. That's why I let you test drive it for 30 days for only $1. And then if you find it that you get clients, it's only $97 a month. So make sure you take advantage of that. And if somebody accidentally doesn't cancel in time, and you can just call me or email me and say, EG, I forgot to cancel. Can you please send me a refund? I send a refund. I don't bicker around with people. So, but that's there for you. So take advantage at least of the free trial. So networking, right? So here are a few tips to make your networking efforts more effective. And I have a cheat sheet for you, and I will send that to you if you need it. There will be also a recording of this webinar. And yes, my recording is on. That's good. So let's get started. Make sure that you have a business card that generates leads. It's very important. I know many coaches don't even have business cards these days. But again, the easiest way to get clients, it is through networking. So make sure that you have a business card, and a good quality business card, and a business card that generates leads. You see, my credibility boosters are right under my name. Just tiny credibility booster, speaker and relationship development coach, author of Communication Skills Magic. So they think, wow, he's an author. What a cool dude, right? Let me find out more. Niche focus, prominent title. So they right away they knew I used to be a relationship coach for many years, and then I transitioned into leadership coaching. But even as a leadership coach, I was focusing on communication, conflict, and so anything communication relationship related. Mostly relationships between managers and employees, managers and managers, managers and clients, or employees and customers, and so on. But so yes, I have my niche focus, prominent title, and picture. Very important, because many people go home from these networking events and they collect 10, 15 business cards, some more. And when they look through those business cards, if you don't have a picture, they will not remember who you are. So make sure you have your picture there. Make sure you have your picture on your website also. Become known. Somebody asks a question for me. Sometimes people email me stuff, like a question, and I have no idea who the person is. I go to their website, I look at the About page, and when I see their picture, I remember, oh, that Janine, okay, I remember now. So a picture makes you memorable, or people will remember you because you had your picture on your business card, on your website, on all of your marketing materials. The most important part of your business card, believe it or not, is the back side of your business card. This is what will generate you leads. This is how you will start getting new clients. Each time you give out the business card, you have a chance to generate a new lead, to get a new client, because I have a new niche-friendly, irresistible offer. And mine on this business card, it is not a good offer. It's not bad. It says, improve your relationships by understanding your and others' personality styles, free download. That's not bad, but it should be much bigger. It should be much bigger. I know my new business cards, it's very different. The headline is much more bigger. And then I have the website, and then download your free chapters of Communication Skills Magic. And look at that on the bottom. I have listed my topics that I coach on and that I speak on. Right? So don't waste the backside of your business card. Put there a free offer. So first of all, of course, you have to have a free offer. And for some of you, it could be the free coaching session. But you don't want to waste your time with everybody giving away free coaching sessions. In the beginning, it's fun. But when you start giving away too many free coaching sessions and you don't convert them into paying clients, it gets really tiring. So it's better to give away something free, like an e-course or an e-book, sign up for a newsletter, like health tips, right? Weight loss and health tips, or live life fully and abundantly newsletter. I don't know. But have an offer there, because this is your goal. Your goal is to get as many names and as many email addresses as humanly possible. Because once you have that, then you can invite those people to a webinar. You can send them your blog post. You can let them know that you have a group coaching program coming up. your goal is to develop a followership of thousands of followers. People who believe in you, people who like you, and you build this one by one. And I will show you later how to build it in mass, right, on the internet. But this is how you build a list of fans that want to hear more about your services and programs. And again, as I said, some of these people you will meet, especially when you meet them face to face, they want to hire you. They want that free session. So make sure that you have your iPhone, or what is it, the Android phone with you, so you can set an appointment instantly. All right. So make sure that you set goals before each event. Very important. How many connections will you create? How many business cards and appointments will you get? Set a number in your head. Set a goal. Make sure to take notes on each card that you collect. Record topics discussed, appointment date and time, if you set one up with the person, and so on. So when you get a business card from somebody, right away, make sure that you take some notes on the back of the card, or right away after you stop talking to them. Be clear on what type of leads you want out of your networking efforts. One-on-one coaching clients, group coaching clients, get people to attend your live events, virtual event, webinar, telesummit, so on. So go in those networking events with clarity in your mind. Be clear on what you want out of your networking efforts. That's right, I'm repeating myself. Referral partners, very important. For example, if you are a health coach or anything related to health, even hypnosis. If you meet a massage therapist, then you say, wow, I would love to talk to you. Maybe we can partner up and refer clients or prospects to each other, because you can put your brochures, business cards in the massage therapist's waiting room, and you can give them a percentage, a referral fee for anybody who hires you as a result. Yoga instructors, and even for a life coach, if you're a general life coach, yoga instructors are great referral partner. Strategic or JV alliances to market to their existing clients database. So if you meet me at one of these networking events, and I'm telling you that I'm the owner of the second biggest coaching group in the world, and I have a list of more than 50,000 followers, email list, then you say, wow, that's amazing. Maybe we can partner up on something. I have a program coming up, a group coaching program. Maybe you can offer it to your people, and from everybody who signs up, you get $150 the referral fee. And I'm like, okay, let's do it, right? So some coaches, and that's how some coaches are very successful, making multiple six figures. This is all they do. They just look for strategic or for JV alliances, for JV partners, and they get their clients through people emailing to their lists. But again, if you're not going into your networking event with this clarity, like what am I looking for, then you might miss out on these opportunities. So even with massage therapists, yoga instructors, even with accountants, these people have databases. You can partner up with some of these and see if they can promote you to their database. Chiropractors, oh my gosh, chiropractors are one of the best strategic alliance partners for us coaches. They do workshops regularly for their people. You can go in and present a workshop to the people, to their clients. And they invite prospects in there also. So I spoke regularly at one chiropractor's office, and he always had in there like 20 to 30 people every time. So that was really cool. What was that? Your goal, get appointments and develop relationships. Yes, so that's your goal. That's your goal. So make sure that with everybody who you meet, your goal is to get appointments and develop relationships. But, and that's all capital but, you don't want appointments with everybody. You have to understand that not everybody is your client. I know that we could coach everybody. I know that we could help everybody, but not everybody wants to be coached. Not everybody is ready for coaching, and you don't have time to waste with people who would not hire you anyway. So if somebody says, I just started a web design company, well, maybe that's a good client. I used to think that scrapbooking was a dead-end career, but it turns out scrapbooking is actually really good. Somebody says something silly, I don't know. They want to sell postcards to businesses. And I hope my friend is not on the line. He started a postcard business. And I don't understand it because these days people don't use postcards that much. And if you want a postcard, you just go to Walgreens or Walmart or some cute store and you buy it. But he is trying to put these racks of postcards in every store. And maybe he'll surprise me. But anyway, if you hear some silly idea and they are totally down and they tell you that I'm already broke, I've been doing this for like 6 months and I have no clients, and it's nice that you want to help them, but they will not be able to pay you. So the point is, be selective. Identify your ideal client, and you identify it by knowing that yes, this is a business that is serious. They can afford you. They need you and they want you. Somebody complains that they argue with their employees all the time. You can offer them that, hey, that's wonderful because that's what I specialize in. I help managers be more productive on the workplace, delegate better, and communicate better with the employees, engage employees more effectively. And then you offer a free session. The person says he's not interested. He's not interested. But yeah, be selective. Identify places your target market hangs out. So these are steps. This is a checklist. You go through this, right? First, you set goals. What do you want of your networking event? Then you go on and you identify places where your target market hangs out. If you are a business coach, you don't really want to go to a health nuts networking event. The other way around too. If you are a health coach, well, a health coach can go to a business event because everybody needs health. But just make sure that you go to events where your ideal client do hang out. As I said, I was a leadership development coach for I don't know, about 6 years. So my ideal target market were actually HR managers because they were the ones who were getting me speaking gigs, and also through those speaking gigs I was getting my coaching clients. So I was attending lots of HR association meetings, and I was the speaker or one of the speakers at many of these events. And actually I was the keynote speaker at HR conferences as well. So know where your target market hangs out, and then schedule to get to those events. So places where your target market hangs out, right? Professional associations, business expos and trade shows. I love those. Chamber of Commerce, whether you're a member or not. If you're not a member, you can go there as the guest of someone. Even if you show up and you don't know anybody, most likely, like 99% sure, that the person at the door will let you in as their guest. And you can go as a guest as many times you want. Members pay like $5 at the door. Non-members pay $10 at the door. So it's a money-generating business for them, even the networking events. But that's where you can find most easily your ideal clients. There are lots of new businesses, and many of them are disorganized. They are scared. They need help. So if your target market, if your ideal client is a small business owner, Chamber of Commerce events are excellent places to get clients. I got many, many clients out of the Chamber of Commerce. I got speaking engagements through the Chamber of Commerce. I used to do the retreats every year for the Chamber of Commerce members, and in exchange for the highest level of membership in the chamber. So I was not paying anything to be a member. I bartered it for the retreat. And I was a favorite of the Chamber of Commerce. So if you can become liked by the leadership in the Chamber of Commerce, they made me present lots of workshops for the chamber members. I did presentations of public speaking skills. I did presentations on the DISC behavioral model, different applications of that. And throughout the years, I did a couple of them on public speaking and how to eliminate public speaking skills, how to create effective presentations and that kind of stuff. I used to be the president of the Toastmasters Club as well, and area governor. So that gave me a little bit of credibility there. But Chamber of Commerce was really good to me. BNI and other networking groups. Do a Google search for networking groups in your area for that keyword, networking groups. BNI is about $500 a year, and if you miss 2 meetings, they kick you out. So you better commit to attending. BNI, if you are not familiar with them, they refer business to one another. They get points each time they refer business to one another. I live in a small town, and a couple of years ago I attended a meeting, and they said that the previous year they referred $30,000 worth of business to one another. And then we had the representative from Hilton Head here, which is about 40 miles from me. And he says, how much did you make, Jim, last year? How much referral did you generate? And the guy says, $2.5 million. So at the end of the meeting, they asked me if I want to join. And I said, let me think, do I join the BNI group that generated $30,000 last year, or the one that generated $2.5 million last year? So yeah, look around. Usually there are a couple of groups around you, and they only allow one kind of a profession in their group. So you might have to look around until you find one that fits your needs or where they can accept you. But also ask them how much business did they refer to one another the previous year. Toastmasters, Rotary clubs, and other community groups. Again, do a Google search for the keywords community groups. Toastmasters was really good to me. My first paying coaching client was through Toastmasters. Well, my first paying coaching client was the person who was in the office across from me, and that was my only client for about a year. So I often don't even count her because she was very excited when I went to coaching school, and she was so ready to hire me. But then for about a year, I didn't get any other clients. And once I joined Toastmasters, I went to a Toastmaster speaking contest. This lady gave a speech. It was as if I listened to a life coach. It was an amazing speech. She won second place. Then I walked up to her and I said, "Are you a life coach?" And she said, "No, I'm not. Are you?" And I said, "Yes, I am." And she says, "Give me your spiel." I'm like, "What?" She's like, "Give me your spiel. Don't you guys have like an elevator spiel or pitch or something?" And I said, "Yeah, we do." So I gave her my elevator pitch, which by then was, because right in the first year I only had one client, so I had to pick a niche that generates clients. So I picked small business coaching, and so I gave her my spiel on that, and she said, "Wow, that's wonderful, because I own a print shop. I'm making about $15,000 a month, but I know that I could be making $25,000 a month, but I'm just not doing what I need to do. So what's your fee?" And I said, $280, because I could not say more than that. I know, shame on me. And she hired me there on the spot. So as I'm telling you, some people are ready for coaching, so they will hire you, but you need to get out there and meet these people. And by the way, through coaching business owners, I noticed that I really enjoyed coaching them on their relationship with employees, with their partners. Sometimes they were stressed because they had the fights and conflict with their spouses, and I really enjoyed coaching them on those topics. So that's how I shifted into relationship coaching, and I stuck with that for many years. Even though I dressed it up as leadership coaching later, that still was relationship coaching, and I loved it. I wrote 2 books on that topic, and my goal is to help at least 1 million families have conflict-free and tear-free lives. I want fewer kids to be beaten all the time because of parents not understanding, their personality styles. I grew up being beat up all the time because my dad was a very careful, analytical type of guy, and I was a very sociable kid, very outgoing and disorganized and scattered, and that irritated him, so he beat me up every day. So my goal is to help people understand each other and their kids and be more accepting instead of judging and trying to make everybody else be like them. All right. So here's my question to you. There are 5 birds on those electric lines, right? One flies away. No, one decides to fly away. How many birds will be left? So there are 5 birds on an electric line, or 2 in this case. One decides to fly away. How many will be left? And just type in your answer. Well, no, I don't know if this is a trick question. I think it's a math and logic question. So 4, okay. None, because they will all fly away. Okay. No. Actually, if out of 5, one decides to fly away, the correct answer is 5. There will be 5 birds left. Because deciding means nothing. We decide all the time that starting tomorrow I will be more organized, I will start going to networking events, I will start exercising, I will stop fighting with my spouse. We decide all kind of stuff, and then we don't follow through. So the correct answer is 5. So don't just decide, don't just plan, but actually put these things in your calendar and take action. Take action. Okay, now once that you decided that you will attend an event, prepare a few conversation starters. Very important. You don't want to be in a spot where you shake hands and then you don't know what to say next. So most important thing is be interested in the other person. And here comes a crucial piece for you. Very, very important. This is like in the Western movies. Who pulls the gun first, he stays alive. Now, we don't want to kill anybody, but who asks the question, what do you do first? That's the person who is on top, who has the advantage. So when you meet somebody, you look at their tag, if they have a tag, and you say, what do you do at, Apex Corporation? Oh, that sounds like an exciting job. What do you like about it? What do you find challenging? And when you say, what do you find challenging, and they open up, and they say, well, I'm just overwhelmed with all the pieces that I have to deal with. I'm in charge of this and that and that, and then people come to me and all that, and you say, wow, interesting. I'm a life coach specializing in helping people become more productive and more organized. I would love to give you a free session. You see how this went? Instead of them saying, what do you do? And then you say, I'm a life coach. Or even worse, they say, what do you do? And you say, I help people find their inner light and create peace in the world. And you go on like for a whole minute with your elevator pitch, and they think, whoa, what a weirdo. You don't want to answer with your elevator pitch. So while we are on the topic, make sure you have a short, quote-unquote, elevator pitch. So, for example, somebody asks you, what do? You say, I help couples in distress find passion and rekindle their passion and live a loving life, or something like that. It's short. It's one line. Or I help businesses find profits where they don't even know it exists. Or I help people who failed at weight loss accomplish results, and they can get started for free. The main thing is make it short and make them curious. If the person in front of you is your ideal client, then they will say, wow, how do you do that? Let's say you say, I help overwhelmed and stressed professionals get organized and double their productivity. Now, if the person in front of you is overwhelmed and stressed, they will say, oh my gosh, how do you do that? By the way, stress is a magical word. That was on my business card, on my one of my first business cards as my presentation topics, and people would see it and they would say, oh my gosh, stress, I need that. And I would say, I would love to give you a free session. I didn't know stress was such a big deal, but stress is a big deal. But it's always better if you are the one asking first, what do you do? And then when you say, what do you find challenging about your job? Then you can transition into saying, wow, that's interesting because that's what I specialize in. Now, if somebody says that their challenge is wiring the new computer system, of course you should not say that's interesting because you specialize in that, unless that's something that you did specialize in the past. But again, I don't think you want to coach anybody on wiring the computers. Yeah, what brings you to this event? What's your goal? Do you live in town? Where's your business office located? What are your networking goals? So be ready with some questions. Very important, because then you will not find yourself just standing there, awkwardly and not knowing what to say. Give before you expect to receive. Give before you expect to receive, right? Like, for example, you meet somebody who says that they're a new person, a new business owner, and then you say, do you have a website yet? Or do you have a good marketing plan? However the conversation goes, and then you say, well, let me introduce you to Jim. Jim is a great web designer, and he is very affordable. So let me introduce you to him, right? So become known as a connector, as a giver, right? Invite them to connect with them, invite them for a lunch or coffee. So when you see that somebody is your ideal client, invite them to meet them. And if somebody is, you have a strong feeling that they really need you, then, but they don't say, yes, I want to hire you. Then you say, well, let's meet for lunch and let's talk about it. If somebody is, so you scale from 1 to 10, if this person is a 10, like this person really needs me, I can really help this person, invite them for lunch, right? You spend 20, 30 bucks, 40 bucks, and but maybe you will end up with a client that pays you $1,000 a month or 500 bucks a month, whatever, right? Now, if on a scale from 1 to 10, this client is likely to become your client is a 6 or a 7, then you invite them for coffee. And I don't drink, well, I drink coffee now, but I have not drunk coffee for the first 40 years of my life. So I would invite people for coffee and I would drink an orange juice. Kind of was strange. But I knew that many people love coffee, so yeah. Propose to have lunch or coffee with someone, the three of you, they might be interested in doing business with. So again, if you know that they can benefit from meeting somebody else, invite them both for lunch. Offer to bring back some resources to their office. So as you talk and then you say, they say that, well, I feel overwhelmed and this and this. Well, I'd be glad to stop by your office and give you a checklist on how to increase your productivity and eliminate some of your overwhelm, literally, in the next 48 hours. Would you like me to do that? Oh, yeah. So be creative. See how you can connect with them. What can you offer them? How can you get this ball rolling? Oh, here are the elevator pitches that I mentioned earlier. So one should be really short. I don't even think it should be 5 to 10 seconds. It should be 2 to 3 seconds long. It answers the question, what do you do? And then you have the 30-second to 1 minute one that answers the question, wow, how do you do that? Or tell me more. So the short elevator pitch, right? It could be really short. I help service professionals get more visibility, grow their credibility, get them in front of their target market, and generate more sales. Now, this is a long one, but it's not as long as the long elevator pitch. So if my ideal client hears this, that I help, this is my elevator pitch, or one of them, because I have about 5, 6. I help service professionals get more visibility, grow their credibility, get them in front of their target market, and generate more sales. So my ideal client is like, oh my gosh, I need more leads. I need to get in front of my target market. I want to generate more sales. So how do you do that, right? And the formula is, who do you work with? So I say, I help service professionals. And then what do you help them with? What solutions do you provide? So it's that simple. I help individuals who want to lose weight, and then, or professionals, or actually the weight loss niche you don't even need to say who you help. You just say, what do you help, and perhaps a little bit on how. I have a client, and she says that I help people who tried weight loss programs and they failed in the test, and I guarantee results, and you can get started for free, something like that. So she has a really powerful elevator pitch and headline on her website. And then the 30-second elevator pitch, make it informal. Don't make it sound rehearsed. I mean, one way to do it, and this is just one way. You can make it any other way. Let me ask you a question. Has it ever happened to you or someone you know, and then include the challenge, right? Or have you ever wished that, and then you include what they wish for? I work with individuals just like you and help them, and then you include your ideal client's challenge. Now, if the person doesn't have that challenge, they might say, oh, interesting. If they have that challenge, then ding, 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 they want to know more. So remember, right? Plan to ask versus talk. So when you're there, in front of your people, in front of the people at the networking event, ask more versus talking. And I'm very guilty of that. I tend to talk a lot, so I have to be very mindful of that. So I have to focus on shutting up and ask more than talking. If you ask more, you will be seen as a very interesting person, and they want to hang out with you. And if you talk more, then they might get stressed, especially if they are not your ideal client. So they just want to get away from you. Besides, you're not wasting your time. Use active listening. Show genuine interest. Very important. Ask follow-up questions. Don't interrupt. Unless the person just keep going on and on, right? Again, your goal is new relationships and appointments. Be ready to set up appointments on the spot. Have your appointment book with you, or have your Android ready. Everyone else at that event is there to do business or to create strategic alliances. So be that for them. Be ready. Be ready to connect with them, and be ready to walk away with that appointment. So don't just decide. Don't be like that bird on the wire who decides to fly away. Fly away. Get out there. Get those networking events. Use this checklist. And I want you to come back and tell me, how did it go? Take action. Make it happen. And that's it. So if you have any follow-up questions, then go ahead. Oh, let me see. What do I have here? Yeah, apply these strategies and have new prospect by this weekend. That's true. And dozens of new leads and pre-qualified prospects every month. And let's not forget strategic partners and potential referrals. So yeah, that's true. So don't be afraid. Get out there. It's okay to be afraid, but get out there anyway. Again, networking is the #1 way to get clients, but you need to have that clarity. You need to know who are you looking for, and your elevator pitch will help you zoom in on that. And if you say, I help individuals who want to find their inner light and inner wisdom and live an abundant life, that sounds beautiful, but people can't relate to it. Most people are not as spiritual as we coaches are. So make sure that you put your elevator pitch in human terms. I help stressed people. I help overwhelmed people. I help overweight people. I help people who struggle with confidence, self-esteem. You know, so pinpoint some pain areas that you want to work with. And if you want to stay a general life coach, good. Then again, you know, you ask them, what do they do? What do they like about their job? What do they find challenging? And once they talk about their challenges and you see a cue there, you know, I just don't have the, like the person says, I just don't have the guts or the confidence to stand up to my employees. They run all over me. And then you say, well, interesting, I'm a life coach and I specialize in helping people improve their confidence and self-esteem. Would you like a free session? I would love to give you, not would you like, I would love to give you a free session. And then you say, what do you think? Or take me up on it or something, you know. But be ready with all of these. If you need help generating more leads and attract more paying coaching clients, click on the video below. So yeah, don't do that. There's no video below. So that's it. That's my little spiel on the most effective way to get coaching clients. If you have any follow-up questions, type them up, or you can just raise your hand and I can unmute you. And if not, then I will end this session in about 2 minutes. And let me know if you found this useful and if you want the link to, let me get that link to the checklist. And meanwhile, feel free to type up any questions. I mean, you know, marketing related, business growth related, website related. Okay, /blog. And if you go to My Client Attraction Academy /blog, and let me post that here for you. Let's see. So there, I posted the link for you. If you go to the blog, you will see lots of articles and checklists there and step-by-step instructions on how to get clients through different methods. You know, let me get you the networking checklist. And you can use the search box, so that's what I'm doing right now. I just type in networking in the search box on my blog, and then you can type in there blogging, client attraction, webinars, I mean, all kind of stuff. So here's the 15-point cheat sheet. Yes, it is recorded, and I will, let me see, how does the recording get to you? Oh, I will just send it to you guys. Everybody who signed up for today's session, I will send you the recording. And here's the 15-point checklist. Let me put the link there. There you go. So there's your 15-point checklist, the link to it. And yeah, listen to the recording because I mentioned some things during this call that you will not find in articles. So yes, that's a good idea to listen to it again. And it will be on YouTube. And when I send it to you, it would be actually on my website, but you can just click on the bottom right corner, and then it takes you to YouTube, and you will see my video on YouTube. And you can grab that link, and you can, on the web, you can look for a YouTube video MP3 converter. And you can convert the video into an MP3, and you can put it on your phone or, whatever those devices are called, where you can listen to MP3. Or actually, if you have the 4G in your area, then you can just listen to the video on your phone. All right, you're very welcome. I can see the link. It should be on the right-hand side, on the bottom of your screen. But again, if you go to myclientattractionacademy.com, and you see myclientattractionacademy.com/blog. But even if you go to My Client Attraction Academy, you will see the blog link, and then you go to the blog, and in the search box you just type in networking. I think it will be the second link on the top. Okay, you are very welcome. Let's see. Hey, Betty. Where are you, Betty? Oh, there you are. Let me unmute you, Betty. Let me look through the... I'm glad you enjoyed it, Tracy. I'm glad you found it useful. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yes. Okay. Yes. So let me unmute Betty here. Hi, Betty.
Hi, G.
How are you?
Oh, I'm doing good. I just not happy because I have conflict with this meeting, and it's on a weekly basis.
I know, but if I move it, then the people in England are complaining, and the people in Australia are complaining.
I hear you. I hear.
Yeah, I tried different times at different times, but this one is the best one for everybody else. So sorry about that. Did you have any questions for me? I'll stay for another 10-15 minutes if you have any questions for me. Anybody,
Okay.
if you have questions, then feel free to type them up or raise your hand. I'll hang out here with you guys for another 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, I think my question is, I'm just stuck at moving to the next step in just my the book is completed, and just doing the part of the self-promotion. I find it extremely hard to do.
Okay, well, send me your book.
Okay.
And the self-promotion, the number one thing again is clarity. What do you want to self-promote?
Okay.
And what you want to self-promote, I'll tell you what you want to self-promote. You want to promote your coaching.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But then you have to put it in nice words that capture your reader's attention. And of course, even more importantly, is your speaking, right?
Yep.
So what we want to do is we want to come up with, and I think we did already, we did. So we just take your topic titles, and we will have a complete page that will promote just your speaking.
Okay.
And we will have that in like maybe 3-4 parts of your book. But yeah, send me the book and just remind me what you want to promote. And you should definitely promote your e-course. Everything, and this is for everybody, everything you do should be a lead generator. Everything, your business cards, your brochures, your book. So in your book, you should send people to your 10 productivity hacks. So here and there, what is the book about?
It's on stock. It's on stock, which is basically helping people getting more done in a shorter time.
There you go. So it is about productivity. So so you can also remind them here and there that they can also sign up for your e-course. So anytime you have a chance, always send people to a place where they can share their email and name. So that should be part of your self-promotion. And when people buy a book on Amazon, you don't know who bought it. So that's why it's crucial that you have peppered throughout the book things like, let's say you're talking about apps, like there are productivity apps. You can say also, you can also sign up for my e-course at www.performancecoachforprofessionals.com for my 7-part e-course, a 10-part e-course for more app ideas and for more productivity ideas. So here and there, you just pepper it in, because you want to capture every eyeball, every potential client, and that's how you grow to a spot, to a point where people are calling you and say, Betty, I want to hire you, or I want the free session, and you say, well, I don't do free sessions anymore, but for 150 hours, I can give you a session, see if we are the right fit. And I promise you that in that hour, after that hour, you will walk away with tremendous value. Otherwise, I will refund you the $150. And or people are calling you and say, I want to hire you as my coach, and I'll pay you whatever your fee is, and then you say, I'm sorry, I'm not taking clients right now. But that's how you get to that point, is that you can everything that you do is a lead generator, and you become known as the go-to person in that specific niche. So you become really busy, and you start hiring and training other coaches, and those other coaches will pay you like $1,500 or $3,500 to teach them your system, and then they will be subcontractors, and you send clients to them, and you get 50-50 of the coaching fee, or whatever you agree. But I have
wonderful.
I have friends who have 10, 15. I know a person, he had 100 coaches working for him, real estate coach. He had 100 coaches working for him, multi-million-dollar business. Crazy. Isn't that crazy? Because he had a system, so he trained these people how to implement his coaching system, how to coach real estate agents. So he had all of these coaches around the nation. It's amazing, amazing.
And the second component is how to incorporate pictures into the book. So that's the second component that I'm struggling with. And lastly, I have...
You mean like physically how to add the pictures? How to add the images?
Yeah, just to add pictures. I don't know where they're appropriate.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we can do a... Well, let me see. You see my screen, right?
Yeah, I can see your screen.
Okay, so let me go to Microsoft Word, and I need to change my application. Okay, do you see Better Public Speaking?
Yes, I can see that. Better public speaking. Yes, I do.
Okay, so here on the top.
Yeah, I know how to insert. I know how to insert. I just don't know where they're appropriate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
well,
because it's a book.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what I do, and actually you have a copy of my book, so you just look how I use the images.
Oh.
So what I do is, like, let's say a page has a little bit of white, like here I have too much white. So here I would add a self-promotion, actually, because there's lots of space here.
Okay.
Actually, let me pull up my book here really quickly. Documents, book, and communication skills magic. Okay. Yeah, I did lots of research, and I looked through lots of great books before as I was making my book. So this book is really, I'm amazed when hold on, because you can't see this one. Let's see. Hold on for a second. My screen is messing with you. Do it with me.
That's okay.
Oh, I see why. Okay. Because the book was so large, it took its time to... Okay, so you see now my screen, right?
Yes, I see a screen.
Okay, where's my book? There's my book.
Yeah,
this is a very old copy, so this is the first draft. One of the first drafts. So let's see here. So I love these little boxes, these little highlight boxes. And I use lots of them. And you don't have to use them if you don't want to, because it takes time. But I like to highlight the main idea of the page or of the chapter. So
but I think
here,
that's okay. Go ahead.
Here I had white space under this page, so I just added an image.
Oh, that's what you did. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
And sometimes, hold on, let's go to another one. Here again, same thing.
Yes.
See?
Okay.
And then here I use it on the top of the page because I use the chart or the four quadrants. Yeah. So yeah, look through the book, to my book. And anybody listening, you can type in your search engine communication skills magic, communication skills magic, and it will come up as number one. It's free for the world to have, and it will help you coach your clients better. It will help you be a better spouse, a better anything. So I highly recommend to anybody to download it and read it.
I will do that. And my last ask is, I really need to get a book published by July 19th because I need it for the upcoming conference, which is at the end of July. Okay,
well, let's make it happen. Yeah. Now, with images, make sure that you are using images that are royalty-free. And I know that you know, but I'm saying this anyway, to make sure that anybody listening to this, they understand that. I got a fine, $500 about 10 years ago, and on our last call, Tim mentioned he got a $1,500 fine. So the fines are going up. When you're using and when you use it in a book, probably it's even more because you can't just take it out. Now the book went out and maybe sold 1,000 copies, so maybe it will be 1,000 times 1,500. So make sure that you use royalty free. And for you, Betty, I mean, you can go to pixabay.com. Pix like P-I-X.
Okay, let me see P-I-X. Let me type it in. I get that right away.
Yeah, okay. I'll type it in the chat here as well. It's www.pixabay.com.
Pixabay?
P-I-X-A-B-A-Y. P-I-X-A-B-A-Y.
Okay,
Pixabay.com.
Okay,
those are free images.
Okay.
And they are royalty-free images. You don't need to give attribution. You don't need to buy them. They don't have anything for sale there. If you want, you can send the author of the image like some money for coffee or something.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so that's an amazing place. But yeah, so use that. Do put some images in your book.
Yeah.
Do put some images in your book. And Pixabay has some amazing quality images. So use that.
Okay, great. Thanks a lot, E.D.
You are very welcome, and I will see if I have other questions in the chat. And if you have any other questions, Betty, feel free to ask me. Let me check my questions. I lost my questions. Here they are. Okay, so I have no more questions. Oh, here it is one. He's trying to... Oh, no, that's not it. Okay. So, guys, if you have any more questions, feel free to raise your hand or type up your question. If not, then in a few minutes we will end the call. And the question can be business building related, marketing related, how to put on great webinars, what are good webinar platforms. Okay. And if you plan to come to future events, to these weekly calls, make sure that you come with a list of questions, because as you go every day, you will have challenges. You will have challenges today. Write down those questions, and I will have answers for most of them. And if I don't have answers, I know who has the answers, so I can refer you to them or their website. But yeah, I've been doing this again for 11 years. 2003, no, almost 12 years. Wow, time is flying. So I have a bunch of stuff in my head, so use me.
I just need a brain dump.
Uh-huh. Well, You had a good vacation, so you're ready now for getting back and
Yes, I am.
giving it 100% again. So
Yep.
spend a day or two with those images,
Yep.
and don't overdo it. Don't overdo it.
Okay.
How many pages is your book?
It's around 70, 80 pages.
And is it formatted already to 6 by? I mean, no, we made it smaller. Is it formatted to that size already?
It's not formatted to size. It's still the standard Word
Okay.
document.
And now it has 60 pages.
Yeah, it has about 60 or more.
Okay, so when we format it, it will have about 120 pages.
I'm
That's
hoping
cool.
so. Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And then with the images, and we might add some quotes in there too. We will make it 120, 130 pages. So yeah, no worries there. So yeah,
Right.
add some images and then send me the book.
I will. Thanks a lot, CG. Appreciate it.
You are very welcome. And I don't see any questions. I don't see any raised hand. Let me double check there. So that's it, guys. If you have any follow-up questions, if you're listening to the recording, feel free to send me an email. I might not be able to answer on the same day, but I will answer every question. If your email is like 15 paragraphs, I might procrastinate answering on it. So feel free to remind me. So it's best if you just ask short questions, and then I can send you resources. I can send you quick answers. And that's it for today, guys. Thank you for attending. Thank you for the questions. I'm glad that you enjoyed the piece on networking. And yes, get out there and go to networking events. I promise you, if you have clarity on who your ideal client is, and feel free to send me, for feedback. Send me some info on who your ideal client is. But if you have that clarity, and if you go out there and implement these 15 steps in the checklist, then you will get coaching clients, guaranteed. Or I will give you 100% of your money back. All right. That's it, guys. Have fun. Have a very productive rest of your day and rest of your week. And hope to have you in next week's session as well, or whenever you need some support. E.G. Sebastian, signing off.